guys. I hope you're having a fabulous day. It is extremely gloomy here and really, really rainy. This is just going to be like kind of an update vlog type video, nothing fancy. I was hoping to get up a little bit of a fancier, you know, like on a specific topic type video. But we'll see if I'm able to do that tomorrow. Fingers crossed that I will feel well enough to do that. I did not sleep very well last night. It was just one of those nights that my body was not hitting the deep sleep stage. Like I would doze off and then wake up, then doze off and wake up. So, and then with the really gloomy, rainy weather, there's like two storm systems I heard like kind of colliding from the north and the east, I believe. Just rainstorms, but it's enough to really, really aggravate my pain levels, to be honest, and like the dystonia and neurology symptoms. And Abby is jumping up and down on the furniture because she's excited that we're home. It would show you, but my camera doesn't allow me to like flip views very easily. So yeah, she's just kind of celebrating, which she always does when I come home. So, because it was a really, really, really long morning, I had two lovely MRIs to do today, and I hate MRIs, to be honest. They're not my favorite thing. I think the inside of them kind of looks like a coffin, and I'm slightly claustrophobic. I wouldn't even really say claustrophobic. I just hate MRI machines. That's the bottom line. Like, I just don't like them, and I was not given all the details of like registration, even what time my appointment was. I was told the wrong time, so it ended up being 20 times more stressful than needed, which was not a good combination when you're extremely tired, you're in a lot of pain, and then like I was already starting to get like a mast cell reaction in the car. So, and then on top of all that, like on the way to the appointment, we had stopped at Dunkin' Donuts, and like people really feel the need to talk to me now because of my cane. And sometimes I don't mind, but today I'm just not having a good day, and I just kind of would have preferred, you know, to kind of be left alone, to be invisible, just because I wasn't feeling great. And it's just obviously exhausting to constantly explain to people like your situation, especially when it's so complex. And you know that they're not fully listening because they're just strangers. I mean, it's really awkward. But kind of like the bottom line was she was kind of being nosy. She thought, I guess, I was a high schooler skipping school who had a cane. I don't know. And I should be productive with my life is the bottom line. And y'all know it's really not that simple. I would love to be in school right now, but that's not my reality, even though I would love it to be. So I'm just doing the best that I can, and I am going to be making a video about other people's opinions because I've been getting them a lot lately. Like I said, with a cane at 25, you attract a lot of attention. Then you add the book bag with the saline, and yeah, somebody stopped me the other day and was like, oh, you need this type of oxygen. I was like, thank you. It's not oxygen, though. But anyways, back to the MRIs. I had an MRI on my lower back. We're checking to see if I've had multiple falls and if I've done damage to the spinal cord or if I have bulging disc or other back issues, to see kind of help neurology, hopefully, if it's contributing to my leg symptoms like the numbness and the tightening and them giving out. So we're going to just kind of cross it off the list to just make sure that that's not a component. But we'll see. I really do have a feeling that they're going to see something, even if it's mild, because I know my upper spinal cord is pretty messed up. I want to say at least 6 bulging discs, if I'm remembering correctly. It could be a little bit more. And then my spinal cord's very dry, which I thought was interesting. I do know, though, I have an extra vertebrae, I believe, at the bottom, too. And I just have a whole slew of back issues. I'll have to show you all one time, like, if I stand and stretch out my arms, they're different lengths, actually, from my back being so crooked. So I've heard that that could be an EDS thing, but, I mean, a lot of this stuff you don't know for sure. So that's kind of the back portion of it. And then I had to have my hand MRI'd, which I know I did mention My lovely sis is on this hand. They believe that there are 3 of them. My hand took 45 minutes, guys. I can't even believe it. 45 minutes in an MRI for my hand. Crazy. And unfortunately, I kind of like in my head, I don't know why I thought this, but I was like, oh, maybe they'll like have you sit like outside the machine and just kind of like put your hand in. No. They have you lay on your stomach, which when you're doubling over in pain, not a good combination. They let me come out and they're like, oh, it wasn't that bad. I was like, no, it's not that bad, but I don't recommend it. I don't recommend if you don't need it, just doing it. I mean, it was long and it's really hard, especially, with anxiety with those machines. Thankfully, they did let me listen to some music, which actually did help this time. So I was really pleased with that. And when I was checking in, I tried to like keep like light about my situation, especially, with strangers and medical professionals. I try to make them feel better about it. And, I make jokes like a chronic illness patient. I don't know. I feel like it's normal in my world. So I told the lady checking me in, she's going over, all your basic information. She's like, well, I have a lot of questions to ask you. I'm like, well, that's not a problem because I'm a professional patient, so I'm used to it. She didn't find me funny. She found me rude, which I was very surprised because her response was, well, that's not something to be proud of. And she was really nasty about it. I was like, look, I'm trying to be pleasant for you because I know you deal with a lot of grumpy people all day. Nobody wants to get medical testing done. I mean, that's the bottom line. It's not a glamorous job. And I'm just, trying to be nice and polite and, make the situation not as gloomy and depressing. I mean, it has to get done. You might as well try to have a positive outlook about it. I mean, it's just an MRI. But I mean, you find that like most people will like look at it as like a positive attitude and they'll like laugh or something. And, it like kind of makes the mood better and keeps things in a positive direction. But occasionally you get people who get really upset if you make a chronic illness joke. I'm like, guys, this is just how I cope with it. It's just part of it. I mean, I don't think anything is too insane that I've said. But it's about my health and my stuff. So I kind of feel, I have a right, like I have a right to know everything in my medical records. That's another thing I'm a stickler about. I like to know everything. I love to be in the know. I don't like not knowing. So, yeah, I guess that's really it. But I'm hoping I have like videos planned for 3 days a week for the rest of October. Fingers crossed that I'm able to record them all when I want to so that they can go up 3 days a week. And I'm actually pretty pleased of how Vlogtober's going. I think it's going really good for me. I'm meeting the goals that I had set for myself personally. I would have loved to vlog every single day, but it's just been really hard, which you all know. So, and Friday. I don't even know what day it is. Friday, I have the neurologist. So I will definitely be vlogging about that. So I'm pretty nervous. I mean, there are so many symptoms and I'm like, okay, does this add up to a specific disease or are these symptoms like to multiple diseases and we're just gonna genuinely be confused still? So there's a lot like going through my mind of like which disease can this be intertwined with? Did another disease cause a new disease? So there's a lot. And then it's going to be a matter of what type of test they want. Like I know they want a nerve study. Definitely. That's what my rheumatologist wants. I don't know what else to expect. I mean, the only other neurological test I personally know of is I think a bone marrow biopsy, which is not something I really want to sign up for. But we'll see. I really don't know what to expect. It's been a while since I've been to neurology, and the last time I went, I think it was for migraines. I still have migraines, but compared to everything else right now, that's, it plays a small role. I mean, it's really hard when they happen. But at the same time, I'm dealing with so many other symptoms too that are kind of ruling my life. So Anyways, I'll let you all go. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all real soon. Bye. Hi guys, so I actually forgot to mention something when I was doing the whole vlog update yesterday, and I just wanted to come back and like kind of add it in. I had went to give them a urine specimen in order to do a pregnancy test for my MRI, and basically nothing came out when I was able to go. There's like very, very little, very, very dark urine. So that basically tells me, for my body, which I know, that I'm extremely dehydrated. I've never been this dehydrated on 4 bags of saline. So we're going to kind of keep an eye on it. I'm getting access today. My nurse, one of the nurses, is going to be helping me with that, the charge nurse. My nurse, there's a conflict in scheduling, unfortunately. So she's going to be accessing me because I've been having a lot of numbness and tightening in my hands, and it's really hard to use them. The last time I tried to access when my hands were numb, it didn't go well. Ended up looking kind of like a little bit of a horror movie. I went in, you know, pulled the needle out, realizing that, you know, I wasn't in the port, and blood kind of spilled everywhere. So we're just going to let her access me today. But yeah, I'm super, super dehydrated, so my POTS super mad about it. And I've been sweating like crazy, which I'm like, that's not helping the dehydration. But I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. All I can really do, honestly, is monitor it. I don't have permission to like run an extra bag or anything like that. All I can do at this point is really monitor it and wait and see. And that's kind of like with a lot of my stuff right now, is my doctors are telling me kind of wait and see if it kind of gets worse, and then we have to come up with a plan. And that's not very comforting most times. But I do know, like, if the fluids aren't helping enough, we could always add, I guess, an extra bag as needed, or think about switching to lactated ringers. Other than that, I'm not really sure what options we have anyways for the dehydration. So, and I'm going to assume somehow it's linked to not just the POTS, but the mast cell, the dehydration. So yeah, I just wanted to add that in because it's kind of important. And, you know, we're hoping, well, my mom thinks too that it might not just be like dehydration, it could be like a stone caught. So I guess time will tell. We'll just see what ends up happening, if there's a stone that appears or not. We'll see. So hopefully, though, the dehydration doesn't get any worse, because I mean, all you really do for that is fluids, and that would just be going to the ER for more fluids, and that doesn't really pay when I have them here. So there aren't very many options. So I also, though, have an oral banana bag that I can take later if I need it. So we got some things in the work, right, Abby? You want to say good morning? Say good morning, people. Morning. I'm not a morning dog. Not a morning pup. She'll be more lively later in the day, which I'm sure you guys may have noticed that she's pretty quiet in a lot of my vlogs because she's just very, very mellow most times. Like, to be honest, like, she has her burst of energy. Other than that, she's a mellow dog. So, yeah, it works out. We work well together, so, which I'm thankful for. All right, so I'm just going to wrap this up here. This way it doesn't end up being, you know, super long little clip that I'm smushing with the other clips. Alright, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Have a fantastic day. Bye.